Yo, what's going on? It's your boy King J, and today we have a favorite. We have a favorite one for me because I like Ganryu. I played Ganryu from Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2. I'm starting to get back into him now in Tekken 7. I play Geese along with him now. Now we are gonna play them together. Now I'm gonna play both of them together in tournament, but we got someone from over the other side. The other side. We got Mikey. Would we say you're from Kenya's side, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just like David the guy was before.
Yeah, so
Was on before.
he's from Kenya. He has a very strong Ganryu. I was watching it, and I was like, "Yo, we need to get him to teach me Ganryu." I know Ganryu already, but you can just teach me some stuff. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go over some of the stuff that. So we're gonna start off with key moves. We're gonna do key moves in starts, and then we're gonna do grabs, and then how to fight against. But in the key moves, you can talk about doing some setups with some of the stuff as well. So
Alright.
yeah, without further ado, let's go into the key moves and show me what's happening, man.
Cool. Let's begin. Key moves. Now, when you start key moves, I wanna mention one thing first about Ganryu in general. Like a quick overview of the character. He's a very well-rounded character, to be honest. There's multiple ways to play him. So your key moves will depend on your playstyle. And with that, we're gonna start with the first key move for an offensive playstyle, which is a jab. This jab is one of the better jabs. It is 12 frames. It's not 10 frames like any other standard jab. But Jay, I wanted to ask you something, by the way, before we go on.
Yeah,
If you were to switch characters,
yeah.
would that mess things up? Are we stuck on this stage for the duration of the time?
No. You could go to simple select and change the character from simple
Simple
select.
select.
Yeah.
I just want to show you something real quick for you guys to really get the depth of this man's jab. Why it can be both a good thing and a bad thing. Where is King?
Yeah.
Okay, but the basics of the jab, it is 12 frames. It's +3 instead of the normal 10 frames +1 on block. Now you see where King is standing. You see where this jab is hitting him.
Yep.
It's hitting him in his chest. That means there's a very low hurtbox.
Yeah.
What this means is that very few high evasion tools will go under this jab.
Damn.
I'll give you a quick example, Julia's forward 1 into quarter circle forward 2. It's a very popular setup. It can't go under this. Lucky Chloe's Kali roll, for example. This will float her consistently. Characters have problems with the jabs floating her. This will float her no problem. So that's a very good trade-off of this jab. It's very good to just throw out, It is +3. And it has follow-ups. So this jab and the strings tied to it are very good for Ganryu in general, for keep out and offense. And then now for the next key move, moving from the jab, this is the highest. Now we go to the first mid, to down forward 1. I think this is also a very crucial move for Ganryu. The 1 of 3. Jab, down forward 1. That's already your first mix-up. Because you're going to be harassing your opponent the whole day with this jab. +3, +3, +3. But it will trade. If someone tries to jab between it will trade because, 3 and...
Latency, and latency. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So this is enough to lock your opponent down. And once they start disrespecting this, it has follow-ups. Just like the jab, this also has follow-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, so already you have quite a decent game plan already with just those 2 moves. Then we move on to his third key move. This one, we all know about this dreaded low, this awful low to be facing. My gosh, what a stupid low.
But it has pushback in this game. Tag 2, you had no pushback. You were staying there.
Yeah, that's true. It does a bit more pushback. But it still does what it needs to do very well.
Yeah.
Another question. If I go to... if I change this to stand... Oh, actually, no. You can just demonstrate.
Yeah.
I want you to try and sidestep my down forward too.
Okay. So do jab down forward 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
It tracks to the right. It tracks to Ganyu's right. You see there you can step it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't track to that side. But if I do this into down forward 2,
Whoa. Yeah, I can't.
for some weird reason, like I can't explain the tracking on Ganryu.
Yeah.
Like
What?
his moves have some weird tracking. We're gonna get to like his weak side and stuff because I don't think Ganryu has a weak side, to be honest. His moves have some weird tracking. But we finish with the key moves first.
Yeah,
We've gone to jab, we've gone to down forward 1, we've done down forward 3. That's already high, mid, low. You've covered all 3 bases.
Okay.
But if you notice something, like all these are very short range moves, like very short range moves.
Yep. It's hard to get in.
It is hard to get in.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get in.
And now comes your creativity with Ganryu, because he has a lot of other very good tools if you want to like mix up your opponents. But as far as key moves, I'm just gonna go to those 3 plus this. This is a 4th key move.
Yeah.
This move I think is absolutely silly. Keeping the frames it has in Tekken 7 with the damage it can do, I think it's actually bonkers.
Hey,
only
listen. We're not trying to get him nerfed. Like, don't say those things on these type of videos. We don't know who's watching, and we're not trying to get the character nerfed. I like this at -11. Thank you. Continue.
Oh my goodness. Okay, fine. I want to talk about the. Basically, like this is a very free move to throw out.
Yeah.
Like it's actually crazy. If people try and stop punishing it, then you have this to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Again, more strings. Every single thing I've listed except this has follow-ups. This doesn't even need a follow-up. This is like free.
Don't worry, it's froze for a little second. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, with those 4 key moves, you're already like locking down your character. Until now, they start spacing away from you. But I think we'll get to that later, as long as I've covered the key moves first.
Yep.
A little note about this down forward 2 though, a very important note, and another reason why I've chosen King. Actually, I didn't even show you why I chose King. How do I restart? How do I restart on PC? Is it touchpad and?
Should be. It should be share and X on the pad. Yeah, there we go. But
there we go.
You can change where it's from, but yeah, default, you know. So we could do it again, yeah.
Perfect. Now from that range, I want you to just crouch, just hold down. From this range, from like start distance range, if I do that, you see what happened there?
Yeah, the first hit comes, yeah.
The first hit connects.
Yeah.
Now against tall characters, you know, Bob, Brian, Dragunov, blah blah blah, tall males, you're gonna have that problem. If you're like start distance, you're gonna have this problem. Also, if you sidestep left, if you're not a start distance but you sidestep left and do it, you can still have that same problem. Yeah. So you need to be very aware of that. So against these characters, you're just gonna want to stick to this. But the problem now that comes with that is that, again, from start distance, no, just a bit behind start distance, just hold crouch. Just from like there, if I want to like, that whiffed. But from like tip range, that back two is very inconsistent. From tip range, there's no combo he can get.
Yeah.
It can be quite inconsistent. So that can be a problem against these male characters. But at least there's ways he compensates for it later. We're gonna get to that. But those are the 4 key moves for now.
Yeah. Cool.
What was next?
Do you have any other moves that, like, you know, like that? He has like the headbutt. He has, you know, down 1, forward 2, back forward 2.
I wouldn't call them key moves. Like, he has very good moves you can use, but those now all depend on how you like to play Ganryu. If you like to play an offensive Ganryu, then you have these for plus frames. You have all this for plus frames. If you like to play a mix-up Ganryu, you have this and this, sidestep 1 and sidestep down for 2. You have the mix-ups. If you want to play keep out Ganryu, even though this is like his weakest form, you have forward 2. You have this for whiff punishment.
Exactly that. Yeah, explain it, man. Explain it. You know, you're saying these. To me, I think those are key moves for the character. These are moves that, you know, people would use. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, explain them, man.
I thought we'll get to like the meat of it a bit later, but yeah, I guess I'll go more in depth. Now, basically for Ganryu, I don't think he has a weak side.
Yeah.
His down forward 1 tracks to his left, and his down forward 2 tracks to his right. Those are basically your homing moves from up close. The general rule with Ganryu, his left arm tracks to his left, his right arm tracks to his right, basically. This will track to his right, this will track to his right, blah 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 blah. Except when it comes to these moves, now it switches. This one tracks to his right, and this one tracks to his left. It's a bit weird to explain, and Ganyu's tracking is just a bit weird to explain, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna have some trouble locking down your opponent. This tracks both sides, luckily. So yeah, you're gonna need to keep in mind like which side your opponent is stepping, and then make the most of that.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, running 1+2. Do you use this move a lot?
I like to for the hell of it, but there's no reason to use it over this. It has a bit more tracking than 4-4-3, but you can make 4-4-3 track better if you like delay the dash.
If you delay the dash.
This can be. I'm trying to like do instant, but I can barely see. It can be hard to step.
It's latency anyways.
Preemptively.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no real reason to use this, to be honest. Like, it doesn't knock down. It's a lot of plus, but it's not plus like you can really do much with. It's kind of slow, blah blah blah. But if you want to be that kind of Ganryu and keep things fresh, go ahead. There's also this move. This move I really wish had more utility. We're gonna get into it like when it comes to wall combos and stuff, but I also really like this move. I like the effects on it. I like the crushing on it. But again, this is just a move you use just if you feel like using it. If you're bored of doing down forward 1, down forward 3, because I think this is like the foundation of the character.
Well, 100%.
Okay. So where were we?
So we're still speaking about the moves. There's a couple moves.
Okay. I have to talk about this move. Another very cheap launcher he has. Let me not use those words. I'm sorry. I don't want to get you demonetized. Another easy to, just free to use launcher. This move is fantastic. 14 frames at fastest input. Can get increased tracking. You can do it from almost any range. You can just come in and just wham, and then you get a full combo. It's fantastic, and it's safe on block. Other 14 frame launches like Armor Kings, Dark Upper, Shiryu, Standing 3, those are all unsafe. This is not. And okay, now I need to talk about Ganyu's launches while we're on this topic.
Okay.
His launches are safer than they need to be in this damage economy of Tekken 7. We're gonna get to this, but of course you know about this already. It's only -11, gives you a full launch, no more hits, blah blah blah. This another 14 frame launcher that is weirdly safe compared to the rest. Every other character's 14 frame launcher is very unsafe.
So that's while standing down forward 2 for the people that don't know. Also, you got full crouch for you. You got to get the notations as well, man, for the players.
Okay, I forgot about that. I let these guys watch Ganryu. They watch you play a lot, so I'm assuming but yeah, full crouch down forward 2, 14 frames, 15 frames at tip, but it has a lot of range and it has a very low hitbox. It's pretty much grounded, to be honest.
Oh yeah, and
it's only -12.
It's -11 from that's why I tried to move out of the way. It's -11 from certain ranges.
Yeah, -11 from tip range, but then it's hard to get the combo. It's hard to get the full combo anyway, but you can always get a combo at least from tip range, which is good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this man's launches are very risk-free. This is safe. It's a high, but this is safe. You mix it up with down forward 2, it's only -11.
Yeah.
It's a bit crazy. This launcher as well. I love this launcher. Of all the launchers he has, this is my favorite. I love everything about it, from the sound he makes to how high he throws you up in the air.
Yeah.
It is -18, but look at that pushback. And if you space it out right, very few characters are punishing it, and there's very many ways to set this up to space it out right, which we're gonna get to.
Yeah.
So yeah, with this man, the launches are all there, and that's just the normal hit launches. Then we have the counter hit launches. Another move that I think needs to be mentioned. This move is too good. Too good. 1+2 is too good. Hits grounded, is mid, has extensions. The extension also launches. It's a counter hit launcher for a full combo. It does it all. It does it all.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
That's crazy.
Another counter hit launcher he has, Downfall. Now this one is a bit more slept on because of all the safe launches. This is not so safe. Very not so safe. It's -14. Some characters can launch it. It is -14 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, -14.
Yeah. But again, its range is very good for its range is quite good. Look at that range. It's a bit insane, to be honest. And
you're also -3 though. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's -3 on hit, but if you're like spacing it like this, those minus frames don't matter, to be honest. Like you just do a down 4 and then you backdash, you sidestep, there's nothing they can try and do that's gonna lock you down. It's not a pressure tool, for sure, but it's good to use at range. And then its little sister, this one is much safer, and no one ever remembers this. It's only -12 and has the same properties, still launches uncounted, blah blah blah, still has the range, it's still really good. But it's a bit more seeable.
Yeah. That knocks down on counter hit, right? This one, hold on.
Yeah, it's a counted launch as well. Exact same property as the first one.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. No one will ever remember this, and the only way you make them not remember this is if you abuse now his next key string. This string is the bane of Ganryu's opponent's existences. Like this is just this is overwhelming. Like the stance he enters, though we'll get to the stance later, that's already pressure alone. There is a way to deal with that. But then again, the follow-up you mentioned, the -11 launcher, it shuts down everything you try and do to beat the stance. Fully reliable, full launcher. It's I don't want to call it silly. I'll let you be the judge, but it's really good. This string alone, and it jails. It's high, but it jails. There's nothing they can do about this. You can keep doing it all day. The wait for follow-ups, there's nothing they can do. Now, with this jailing in this game, this has lost a lot of utility. There's very little reason to use 1-2 instead of 2-1 now. Even as a wall combo. If you do 2-1 into the, I can't do the Ganryu combo. I think we can switch back to Ganryu now. But before that, I want you to press L1 and show you one weakness about this jab I mentioned that has a very low hitbox.
Alright, show me. What do you want me to do, man?
I want you to press L1.
L1?
L1, yeah. Now, of all the jabs in this game, this one has the hardest time floating such moves. I seem to be getting it quite easily here, but like in game, this will go, that somersault will go over this jab quite a lot. A lot of moves that have like, you know, how do I call it? Moves that go up in the air. It's very hard to anti-air with this jab, like other jabs, because it's quite low. It's quite low to the ground.
I know what you mean. Like, I know what you mean. So what about Akuma's Demon Flip then? Do you reckon Akuma's Demon Flip would be a problem?
You have to do this. You have to either do that, maybe this, but even this sometimes goes over. So if this is up forward 1+2, you have to either do up forward 1+2 or standing 4 if you want to anti-air. Otherwise, sidestep or dash under it, because this is very unreliable. At least in my experience. I don't know if other guys have been having more luck with it, but I get moves jumping over this all the time. It's quite annoying, especially that backflip. Anyway, we can switch back to Ganryu now.
No worries. Another thing with Akuma versus Ganryu is that most of Akuma's stuff goes over Ganryu because he's hunched forward. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, so like a lot of his stuff kind of goes over him.
So Ganryu in general is like in a sort of a half crouch state compared to other characters. His knees are always bent. Most characters stand with their legs straight, which makes him much lower than usual.
Yeah.
And then there's certain moves he has, like this back too. He goes even lower. He's not crouching, but he goes even lower somehow. He bends his knees much further.
Yeah.
What this means is like a lot of high jabs, like let's say Brian's jab, for example, this goes clean under. Dragunov's forward 1+2, this goes clean under. A lot of like high attacks, it goes clean under this, even if it's not a high crush. And while we're on this subject, I don't know what they did to this string, if they buffed this string or if the movement is terrible in Tekken 7. But this used to be much easier to sidestep in Tag 2. This used to be much easier to sidestep. But if you try it now, to sidestep left the second hit, it's like almost impossible.
Ganryu can't do it. You have to side walk, but it's a lot harder. The timing is a lot more harder than how it was in Tag 2. Tag 2 was a lot more easier.
Yeah, it was much easier in Tag 2. For this game, you sidewalk, you have to start the sidewalk as soon as you block the first hit is when you start the sidewalk. Yeah. So as soon as you start it, that's when you buffer in the sidewalk. It never used to be this complicated to evade it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this string has become quite I love abusing the string a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot.
Yeah. Same.
Of course, if your opponent has a parry, like, yeah, then now you're risking some stuff. If you don't do the second hit, you're like quite minus. So, yeah. Actually, while you've mentioned that parry, well, we're still talking about key moves. Of course, you know the follow-up for the parry, yeah, is 1+2. First, I haven't told them the input for the parry. Back 2+4.
Yeah.
Can you do it? Or back 1+3. So the parry, you get a free 1+2 follow-up. You can still do R2, the notation is the same. You get that, and then you get the forward 3+4 charge for free. But if your opponent knows the matchup, they can do two things to avoid all that. You can either hold down to go on the ground, or I'm not sure what's happening. Are you trying to switch sides?
Oh no, sorry, hold on. Go on. Yeah, we're good. Are you in?
I'm back. It has frozen for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the parry. The way to avoid the parry, the follow-ups, if you don't want to eat all that, you can hold down to stay on the ground. He can still get some free stuff. Or you can press throw to turn around. Then he won't get any free stuff after that.
Listen, we gotta cut that bit out. I don't want these other lot watching this video knowing about this, yeah? I don't want them to know. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's cool. Nah, go on, continue.
I need people to stop dragging my name through the mud for playing Ganryu. He has weaknesses too, guys, I promise. But yeah, the two ways to beat that, hold down or do a throw.
Nice.
Well, the throw is quite risky because I can choose to not do the follow-up, and then now you've just exposed yourself. But I prefer holding down.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's good to tell them, man. Alright, so what's the other stuff?
I feel
man?
guilty now.
But I just don't want to be doing the sessions and then everyone doesn't eat the mix-up anymore. I'm joking. It's cool. But yeah, no, tell us the other stuff, man.
Sorry?
What's the other stuff that he has? Because, like, you know, he has down one in tag 2.
He has so much stuff, which is why I just wanted to like keep the key moves to like 5 because he has so much stuff depending on how you want to play him. But I'll try and go over everything because this is a teach me Ganryu, so we're gonna go over everything.
So like down one, remember down one had the 2 follow-up. How do you feel that it's gone? Because you know he had down 1 and then he had like while selling 2 with it as well, but that's gone. It's not in this game anymore. Do you think he needed that or nah?
I'm okay with it not being present. No one is pressing buttons after this anyway, and if there are other ways to counter hit them. Because now it's like really it's +3. Was this always +3 in tag 2 as well?
I thought it was more plus, but I never really used it. I didn't really use it in tag 2 at all. I thought the move is very sidesteppable.
Yeah, it's this move. Like I lose no sleep if this move doesn't make it. It has its uses, but its main use is going to be in Oki situations. For example, that's the max damage, of course. But again, like, look what happens. We've talked about Ganryu's range. Look how far it knocks you back. Now I have to get in all over again and get to stand up safely.
It's hard to get in. I keep telling people, you do something, they slide away.
Yeah. That's why I don't really like this move, unless maybe at the wall.
Yeah.
So after 4-4-3, which by the way is like one of my favorite moves in this game, it's like a free running move. It's like a 2-button running move, to be honest. Yeah. It has pretty much the same properties, but this one hits grounded, super plus. Knocks down in a very favorable situation. So if you're gonna abuse 4-4-3 as much as I do, what I like to do instead is like I dash in delay and down 4-3.
Yeah. Which
will still knock them away if they stay down. But no one wants to stay down for some reason. People want to get in on the action. They want to stand up and fight. So you're gonna delay and do this, and then they're gonna try and stand up and block it. Now that's when your mix-ups come in. That's when your 4-4-3 mix-ups come in. Now you can do down 4-2 to launch them if they get up ducking, of course. You can do all sorts of mids. His mids are powerful. Once you instill the fear of Jesus Christ himself with this low, you're gonna get away with so much stuff. So much stuff. So yeah, after 4-4-3, I don't like going for max damage. I prefer Oki. I'm a more Oki type of Ganryu.
Yeah.
There's this move as well, down 1+2. It's only +1, both on hit and on block. Most people don't know that it's +1 on hit. It looks very plus, and I don't blame them, to be honest. But yeah, if you're facing someone who's like super daring, like they're gonna out jab you because your jab is slow. It's still basically their turn because +1 for Ganryu is like how do I put, it's like 0 for a normal character or like -1 for a normal character because of his jab speed.
Yep.
Yeah. So this move you really never have to respect it, to be honest. Until now I start throwing this out. This headbutt is a bit crazy. A bit crazy. The range on it for a 10 frame is fantastic. The effect it has for a 10 frame is fantastic.
I feel like it goes more further than Tag 2 headbutt. It goes really far. Like,
the range.
Yeah, the range is really.
Yeah, I don't know what they did to improve, but it's doing wonders. And it has some sort of backswing to it. I don't think this will apply to Ganryu, but like, if you did, let's say, a 2 jab into a 1 jab. I'm gonna try a 2 jab into a 1 jab, and you're gonna try and backswing. You're gonna try and back 1+2 in between them. See if that works.
Back 1+2.
Move
Okay.
away from the wall.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on. You're gonna go 2,
So
1.
try and I'm gonna do 2.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna try and back 1+2 the 1.
Okay.
I'm trying to show the backswing effect it has, but I don't think this will work for Ganryu. But it does have a slight backswing effect to it that some jabs can't hit him when he does that. But Ganryu isn't a good example for it. I'll need to switch to another character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a very good panic tool, even when you're like -8. Honestly, like this, I'm always very ready to throw this out. Because of that little backswing effect, a lot of things just whiff for some weird reason.
I'm happy this character's back, man.
I'm so happy he's back. I missed him so much. Oh, this move, I had dreams about this move. Like since season 1, I've just been waiting for them to give someone this punish. This is my favorite punish in the game. It's just so satisfying to land. Punishes everything. I missed Ganryu so much. So much.
And it punishes from like any distance as well. Someone does like forward 2 or anything like that, pushes you away. Forward 1+2.
It's really good.
What do you think about like up forward 2? I know this move you're gonna say you don't like it. Yeah.
Yuck. Why did you even bring this up? This is not a good move. The second hit counter it launches, but that really only works on opponents who have no idea Ganryu has that move.
Yeah.
Because this will never land on anyone. It's -14. And then I don't know if I can demonstrate this on this stage.
What are you thinking?
Yes. So it's fine if I like. Is it fine if I remove this for a second and then put you back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go on then. But yeah, go on, man.
Okay, I want to show you something about the wall combo. Ground technique. This should be side roll. You see this wall combo? That one?
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed. You can. This stage is a bit oblong, to be honest. But on a normal stage, on a like very flat wall, you can side roll that wall combo. It's not guaranteed. Let's see if it's rolling to the correct direction. Yeah, like on a very flat wall, that wall combo will kind of whiff. Is it side roll or side quick roll? I'm sorry. But I've had this whiff inexplicably in game, and I wrote off the move completely after that. Like it's not consistent. I think maybe it's because Ganryu is like a super big, like a very fat man.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go. It's not guaranteed, and I just find that so silly. Then this move it's lost all its utility for me.
It's very, very useless. I haven't found no way since he's come out with this move, because before it used to wall splat. It used to be the move that you could throw out and it's wall splat. It's like, all right, you took the risk, all right.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, and just for that, I'm just like, nah, this is a big nerf. There's no reason to even use that move.
Yeah, even if it's homing, it's 21 frames. His homing move, this is also 21 frames. You're not tracking anyone down with these moves. You're not. You're really not.
That's what I'm saying.
Even as a combo ender, this back 4-1 does the same things this does. There's no points for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Alright, let me put you back.
Okay, cool. You press start and yep. All right. So in terms of like, you know, are you pretty much? Are those the key moves that you have done? Is that it?
Gosh, there's so much with Ganryu. Like I don't know
Oh,
where
forward
to
two.
stop.
We have to talk about this
This
move.
move is really good. It's safe. You can extend its range quite a lot. It has decent tracking to both sides. Especially if you extend the range, you can get it to track both sides. I don't know if we should talk about the throws follow-ups yet, or we should save that for later.
Ah, so like the counter hit stuff. Yeah, let's not talk about
Yeah.
that now. Let's not talk about that now. We'll talk about that in the grab section. We'll talk about that in the grab section.
Fantastic.
I do want to mention, like, I don't use the slap, so I don't use this a lot. But it is +4. I just want to let people know that. Like, this is +4 on block, +12 on hit. So you can do 2-1 into stance, and that will be a crazy mix-up. So like,
yeah.
see?
I like using it once in a while, and I find it much easier to hit confirm with these Tekken 7 life bars. You can just tell if like you've done a chunk. I don't know if I'm frozen or not. Skipping. Can you still hear me? Am I still there?
I could hear you.
Okay.
This
it's quite easy to hit confirm to see if like your opponent ate it, because you know the life bar flashes and shakes and there's a red patch.
Yeah.
So you can get that quite easily nowadays. But it's one of those moves just to like, you know, just to do for fluff, because you know you just want to be creative. You have it, why not? I should mention that there's like several moves, not several, but there's some moves you can get it out from. There's the forward 2, which is a 14 frame key portal, by the way. Forward 2 to the 1. You can do it as well.
You could delay it pretty late as well.
Yeah. And then debug to the Death Fist into the... That also is very delayable. But for a move this slow, I don't think you want to cancel it into anything else. You just stay with the safe wall bounce. Which, by the way, we need to talk about the silliness that this wall bounce is.
Whoa, listen. It's well rewarded, man. It's well rewarded. You gotta say this.
It's crazy. -6? That's not even a combo I do. Are we gonna do combos? We won't do combos, but
you could show me the wall bounce combo. I mean, you might have something good.
Okay, just stay at the wall first. When you're at the actually, I can just reset. When you're like flush at the wall, just crouch.
Crouch.
What I do is debug 2 into while stunning 3. That's the biggest damage I've found so far. That's already 64 damage. If you're like flush at the wall.
Damn.
But then if there's like some space behind the wall, come back on axis. This stage is a bit off axis. You can get an up forward 3, which is a lot more damage. Like just for reference, while stunning 3, just stand up to show how much damage it does. By itself, that's 28 damage by itself. And this is 35 damage by itself. Now, depending on where you are at the stage, the most consistent thing you can do is crouch cancel forward 1+2. That's the most consistent thing you can do, depending on whatever angle. The first two I mentioned are very angle dependent. But if you crouch cancel into forward 1+2, you're always gonna get the wall splat, no matter what. Even from super close, if you do it well enough, you're gonna get the combo. But there is the other option, which the more favored option is doing this, so you can still get some stuff. But I feel like there's a lot to think about when you're doing that. I like keeping it simple, just keep the hits few and get your damage. But yeah, there is this option as well, which does a ton of damage. It's 91 damage and I've just done the simple combo. It's a bit ludicrous.
Yeah, anyways, moving on. Moving on from that move. So, like, yeah. So, is there any other stuff that you would like to talk about? Like, you know, he has back one. I think back one is not good anymore.
Not at all. No point in using this whatsoever.
Because
they need to give it back that
counter hit. Exactly. Yeah. Why is it counter hit? Why is it counter hit spin round on second hit? Who gets hit by the second hit?
How does that even happen, honestly? And it's high, it doesn't jail. It's like no one is eating this. Yeah. No one.
It don't make sense why they. I don't know who was in the office and said, "Hey, let's change it." Like the first hit, that was the reason why to throw out that move, the back one, because it's like it's homing, and if it counter hits, then it spins you around. But the second hit, completely useless.
It is quite useless. And then the third hit is this down, the same as this down one we mentioned. Again, nothing much to talk about this move. It's a good move, it's there, but there's like better alternatives in my opinion. So this string in general, It's only good for if you're on a floor break. If you're on the floor break stage, this is a perfect floor break.
Move.
You're gonna get a lot of damage for it. Other than that, I never use this. I never use this.
I guess that's what it's used for then. Yeah, I guess that's what it's used for. But
Yeah.
I guess we spoke about a lot of key moves. I think.
And I'm not even done.
Yeah, we're not even done. I think 1+2 is a good key move, but I think we're gonna talk about that going into stance. So
Yes.
I think what we're gonna do now, I know you won't be able to see the parsec for a second. We're gonna go into moves in stance. Ganryu has 2 different stance. So he has, I think he might even have, no, he has 2. He has the sit down stance, and he has the, I don't even know how to say it, but it's the one where he kind of goes into that kind of standoffish.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
It's called Tai Chi or Tachi, one of those two.
Yeah, so that's the stance we're gonna talk about. It's these new stances. It's what makes Ganryu a lot more interesting to use, a lot more appealing to use. So yeah, man, let me know about what you think about his stance. What move? Let's talk about first off the moves that go into that stance, because obviously you could do it manually by pressing 3+4. But
which is the worst way to enter it, by the way.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I like to just go into it and just go like that. You know, sometimes
if you're trained, sure.
Yeah, because sometimes.
Sure.
Oh yeah, and that too. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, you take it away. I want to hear what your side of it is.
Yeah, but you're not going to want to be playing Ganryu from here. You're going to be playing Ganryu from here, and that's when now you're going to use 2-1 into stance. That's like the best way for him to enter into stance. He has what else does he have? Actually, he has 1+2 into stance. Counter hit launcher. You get your combo. Is there anything else?
He has 2-1 into stance, back 2-1 into stance.
So yeah, back 2-1 into stance.
Yeah, so he has.
But this is like purely for combos. Like you're never gonna do this in neutral. There's no you never want to do this in neutral. That's like purely for combos.
Yeah, I wouldn't do. Sometimes I do it, but I think it's sometimes if I know they're trying to step. You can still do 2-1, but back 2-1 sometimes if I know they're gonna jab or something, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do back 2-1.
You're such a pesky Ganryu player who just does the most.
Yeah.
Only you would enter the stance from that.
Yeah, and I get away with it. A lot of the time.
Yeah, it's a decent option, but it's gonna be mainly for combos. I mean, it is this 15 frame punish, which we didn't even talk about punishment, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the moves that enter into stance. Now the moves from stance, he has TAC1. This is a very good jab. It's not plus on block like a standard jab, but it does everything else that a jab does.
+8.
+8 on hit. This is fantastic. And a good caveat is that it crushes highs. It won't crash. We talked about Ganryu's jab. It can't crash Ganryu's jab. Like on block, if I do 2-1 into 1 on block, it won't crash Ganryu's jab, but most jabs that will go clean under.
Do you want me to do jab after? Like, alright, do 2-1. Yeah. Yep. Damn.
Wait. No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, can't do it. I'm pressing jab.
You should be the one hitting me. What about back 1+2?
Back 1+2. Trade.
Oh, okay.
But remember, my jab is 12.
His jab is 12 frames. Yeah. Okay, yes. Sorry about that. So this is really good for that, but again, it's a high. That means it's launch punishable if the opponent knows it's coming. Oh, and you can also sidestep it to the right, to your right. Yes.
Oh, to my right.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
It should be to your right.
Because I'm next to the wall. That's why I can't sidestep next to the wall. Yeah, reset.
Let me put this back to default.
Yeah. Oh, I think Ganryu's a big in it, so I don't think he can.
No, he can step it.
Nah, I'm stepping.
To the right.
To the right. Okay, go on.
The stream is choppy a bit. Okay, there we go.
I don't think Ganryu can step it. I think Ganryu's a big. I don't think he would be able to step it. If I was someone else, like Geese and someone like that, I know 100% I know I can step it.
To be honest, I wouldn't really call Ganryu a big. I think his movement is very like female hurtbox type of movement and female hurtbox type of sidestep. There are some things like he stands very wide. His neutral stance is very wide, of course. So yeah, he does step some things, but other than that, like his movements, I've never had any problems evading things with Ganryu, to be honest. But yeah, if you're playing any other character, you beat that perceptive right or by ducking.
Yeah.
Which is where these next two moves come in. There's TAC3 which is a big low, big low, huge plus range. Like that looks so painful. And then there's TAC 4-1, which is a hit confirmable mid-high. You have to hit confirm it, otherwise you're eating a launch for that.
Yeah. Is it easy to hit confirm? I don't really like using this move.
It's very easy. It's very easy to hit confirm.
Okay.
It's very easy to hit confirm. But of course it's something you get used to after, you know, doing it a few times.
Okay.
If you never use it, yeah, but you'll get used to it. It's like super easy to hit confirm. Big wall splat. This is a fantastic mid. But yeah, in general, to beat this whole stance, you just sidestep right and duck. If you're playing any other character, this will beat all these options. Yeah. Because even the homing move, the TAC2, it's a high. It's gonna beat all these options. Like, yeah. Then we have these other unorthodox moves, which no one should ever use in the neutral, but I wouldn't put it past you, King J, to use these moves.
Yeah. I think everyone knows I use these two. I use these in neutral, and it annoys everyone. Yeah. It annoys everyone.
Yeah, they're quite cheap because there's like no finish. The risk reward is heavily in his favor. If you do block that, like, then what?
Yeah.
If you block this, then what?
Yeah, like there's no reason not to throw it out, like, because everyone thinks, oh,
Yeah.
you know what it is? The reason why I play it like that is because everyone does the traditional, I'll just sidestep right and duck the stance. So sometimes I just delay and do the low, or I just do the mid, and then it's just like, then I couldn't force that mix up, so then they stop side walking or sidestepping, you know.
Yeah, so Ganryu is not one to lack options, really. It just depends on how creative you can be with him.
Yeah.
He can also enter now his second stance, which is not that one. 3+4. Yes, 3+4.
Yeah.
The sit stance. I don't like the stance. I don't like the stance much.
Do you think there's a good reason to even go into the stance? Like,
there is a good reason to go into the stance. I don't have a good way to demonstrate this, but you know Yoshi's unblockable.
Yeah.
Since Ganryu doesn't have like a conventional like launching hop kick.
Yeah.
This stance, if you can look at the frame data carefully, you see it says airborne, but it's blue first before it goes white. When it's blue, it means it's a low crush. Any blue airborne means low crush. So for a split second, this crushes lows. So for like Yoshi's unblockable, if you see it coming, you can crush it with that and then launch him with that.
Let's try that out. I want to see that. I want to see that. Because I've actually crushed like a lot of people by using that low stance.
Yeah.
But I never did it worse if Yoshi's unblockable. That's actually crazy.
Yoshi's unblockable. Every single low, because that once it's blue, once you see it's blue, that means it's invincible to all lows. All lows.
Okay, this one. All right, cool.
I don't know how we're gonna. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna count to 3. No, wait, I'll try and do it on reaction.
All right, 1. Wait, so when I say 1, 2, probably 3 is when it'll be able to work. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we're on parsec, so it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's quite hard.
Hold on. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be hard. But I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, it'll go over it, and then you get the launch. Especially like in a combo setup, there's like guaranteed setups for it. This will still work.
Oh, you just done it. You just done it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is cheap.
But that's pretty much the only reason to ever enter this stance. You can't, like, from here. There's no points, but it's there. Let me switch back to Ganryu. I don't think you need anything else from Yoshi.
Yeah, nah, I don't.
Does it even matter?
I don't need nothing from Yoshi. That's cool. Damn.
He's down here.
So when Yoshi does, like, you know, you tech roll, you could just do 3+3 for 8+3. I'll just get up and do 3+3, 3+3, and then do 2. Yeah, no, it definitely does, because I've done it against people.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But you have to make sure, like, when you're tech rolling, you can't still do it from crouch. Just make sure you don't get this by mistake.
Yeah.
Be careful about that. Okay, yeah. There's the options from the stance. Let's talk about the moves that enter that stance. We've talked about this. TAC goes into the stance if you hold 3+4, not down 3+4.
Oh.
Just 3+4. Can enter the stance. Down 1 also enters the stance. Very useless transition in my opinion, but some people have some use for it. I'm just not one of those Ganryus. This string back 1-1 also enters the stance because it's the same move.
Yeah.
And then up for 3+4. Now this has a lot more utility.
Oh.
And
Wait. That's plus 13.
It's plus 13, but these moves are quite slow. It's 19 frames. There's no frame trap there.
So you could do. I could do like down one, no? Yeah, down one.
Yeah, you can option select. A hotkey will option select both options easily. Like there's no mix up here. All I have to do now is just either that low roll or enter now this. How do I enter that mid crush? Down 3+4. This mid crush state. Those are my only options, and this state is like quite useless. Damn, I keep messing it up. Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Now I need to mention something about up for 3+4.
Go ahead.
Two things where it's actually useful. Number one, if I get this punish and you don't tech roll,
okay,
I can dash up and do that, of course, and get a lot of damage.
Show me.
I can get a lot of damage into decent Oki. That's a lot of 25 extra damage. If I want even more damage, sorry. If I want even more damage, you delay the 2, or you do the 3+4. You get even more damage because you can't avoid that. That's an extra 17 damage.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm gonna talk about this wall combo. His max damage wall combo. I just need to mention this really quickly.
Okay.
So Ganryu has lots of wall combos. Like it's really Christmas when it comes to wall combos with Ganryu. But the biggest damage, we know the standard one is back 2-1 into 4. That's 44 damage. But if you time this right, I wonder if this will be possible. If you time this right, you get that. Now against male characters, that side switch will happen a lot. Yeah. It can happen for everyone, but it's more consistent for male characters. So what happens is that you can just crouch. Oops. Just crouch at the wall. So I get that wall splat. I get that's also free. That's a lot of damage. That's 31 plus 26 damage, which equals to 57 damage. So that's his max damage combo as far as I can tell. Because there's also that gets you only 45, but that's best only at the end of combos. But this is the best option.
What about like the 2-1 100 hand slap?
You have to do that one. That's now like the max damage normal combo. Let me switch position. Like just on a normal situation, that's the max damage. Let me turn on the. Here we go. So we can see the combo damage.
Okay.
That's 51. And even if you did it a bit more, you'd get like maybe like 54, 55.
Yeah,
it still won't be as much as the other one. And the problem with this one, like depending on the scaling, like you can get even lower, can get even higher. But one big issue with this combo ender, against a female character now, you're very likely to not get that side switch. But the good thing is, I think we can demonstrate it real quick. We have time. I don't know if there's a time limit for this, because I can talk about Ganryu forever.
Wait, there ain't no time limit, but I do want to not make it so long though, because then some people might not watch it. So if it's too long.
Oh, okay. I'll try and keep it. I'll try and cut it short.
Yeah.
But I'll have to do it. I give you Leroy.
Okay. Switch. Yeah.
So just crouch. For cases like Leroy, you see that it didn't switch. So what I have to do now is the delayed 3+4. That's also unavoidable. It's not as much damage, but it's still good damage. But again, it's like super random. Like you have to like be very aware if it switches or not. You have time to confirm. If it switches or not, then you decide if you're gonna go backwards or forwards. There's time to confirm. Because if you do it too fast, it's gonna like be a full combo and you won't get the max damage. So you have to delay it. It's best if you delay it anyway. So yeah, you do have time to confirm.
I still think that one's a bit more risky though, because you're minus 18 on the floor. If that makes sense. If you did roll one.
The roll? This one?
Yeah, you're minus 18.
Yeah, this is like purely like if you really just want to end the round. Like if you really want that like full damage, you can do it. It's there.
Yeah.
But against now the bigger characters, I had to mention the backflip one because that's like big damage. Big damage. Especially if they get up and counter it.
What's the backflip one?
If I do this, like against big characters, if I do that one, not backflip, I meant that jump back, whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. Which is another move from this stance we didn't mention, by the way. This move has a hurtbox. Like he's just irradiating hurtbox the entire time. You can't jab him out of it. You can't run into him. He'll hit you somehow. It's a bit silly, but we love it. Like just try and run towards me. Yeah. So yeah, just irradiating hurtbox the entire time. You can't. It's like a bomb, a flying bomb. I don't know if you can hit him out of it. At the beginning stages maybe, but like towards the later stages, I don't know if you can like attack him out of it. To be honest.
Maybe try to do like. Nah, hold on. Try again. I could do stuff like that. Oh no, I can't. It depends on the. Yeah.
Towards the later stages, no. The back of his head hits you somehow. Ganryu is just so cool. But yeah, let's not get too carried away. What else do we need to cover?
All right, so
we done with this time?
We done with this. The jump, sit down, and stuff like that. So you wouldn't. Just one more question about the up forward 3+4. So up forward 3+4. You telling me you wouldn't use that as a mix up?
No, not at all. A hop kick will neutralize both these options every day, all day, every day. Oh, it's a good thing though. We have Leroy and Screen. Can you still hear me? It's frozen, I think.
Okay, you there?
One thing I need to show you about Ganryu. This low. So you know Leroy is like low parry.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on this low. None of the auto low parries work on this low. So there's nothing they can do about this. They have to block it. And if they block it, there's also, again, nothing much they can do about it.
I didn't know it didn't work against Leroy, damn.
Yeah. Leroy, Negan, of course it doesn't work well against Anna, Lei. You can't auto low parry this low, which is fantastic. I love ending rounds with this. Like you can go like full screen and then you decide, oh, and then he rolls forever, like the hitbox stays active forever. You see those numbers in brackets, 25 to 59, that's like 30 frames of active hitbox. So you really have to wait it out.
Can Leroy parry 100 hands? I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. It's just it's a standing move.
You wanna try? I'm gonna do 1-2 into
Alright, cool, go
100 hands. Yeah, can still parry it.
Yeah. There was no timing for it. Alright, cool. So we're gonna move on to, well, I think that's it for the stance, isn't it? We should move on to grabs, right? So that's even like he's down 1+2, 4-4-2 and stuff like that. Is that what we're gonna move into grabs, or are you gonna show me something else?
Just one last thing, since we were talking about wall combos and the 100 slaps, just one more thing that you need to keep in mind.
No worries.
So against large characters like Murdoch and Gigas, at the wall, actually I wish I was Murdoch so you could do it, but at the wall, just crouch. How do I show this? You see that?
Yeah.
A few hits whiffed. So against Murdoch and Gigas, that's not a reliable wall combo. You shouldn't do that. What you need to do instead is you can do 2-1 into that. That's all guaranteed, and that's the new max damage for them. So you do 2-1 into the jab string, the full jab string. 60 damage.
Do you know another one you can do? This one's from tag 2. You can do that into 2-1-2-1-2.
Yes, there's that one as well.
Yeah.
But I prefer the slaps one because there's a bit more time for you to like continue with your Oki and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yes, there's also that one. I mean, it's not like a lot of time, but you know, they're not like already beginning to recover. They still have to roll down the wall, and then you know, you have your chance to continue your offense. But this one's good as well. It does about the same damage. It's decent as well.
Yeah, that was
just don't do this one. Don't do that.
Nice one. All right, cool. Before we change over, if you want to change over to Ganryu, and then I'll introduce the grab section.
fantastic.
Okay, cool. So, give me a second. All right, so guys, we're gonna go into grabs. So Ganryu has a couple grabs. We're not even just talking about the normal grabs. We're talking about the counter hit grabs that he has from down 1+2, forward 2. So yeah, Mikey, take it away, man.
Okay, the grabs. Another fun part of Ganryu. Another layer of Ganryu we need to talk about. He has the standard throw game that every Tekken character has, and then he has counter hit down 1+2. He has counter hit forward 2, and then he has this armor move which you should never do. We also forgot to mention this one, but it's a very useless armor move, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yes, so what you need to know is that for this counter hit grabs, 1 is for the side switch. If you want to switch sides, you do 1. 2 is for the Oki. If you want better Oki and you want to keep your side, you do 2. And then if you want the damage, you do 1+2. That does the most damage, and it still has good Oki. These ones are living like right at your feet. You get a free attempt at a down forward 3. They can't block it, but it's like super low risk. What much are they doing at -12? You're risking very little. So it's the same thing for this one. 1 again for the side switch. 0 Oki though. 2 for the better Oki, same damage, and then 1+2 for the big damage. The damage he gets off of this launcher is a bit crazy.
And then
okay, I didn't get the dash up. But
don't worry. It's late. It's late to see. It's cool, but I don't want. I already seen it. I don't listen. I'm not trying to get this character nerfed. Let's just continue. Let's continue.
But short version, this is basically a 100 damage launcher if you do forward 2. Yeah. So yeah, those grabs you need to keep them in mind. And the breaks, again, it's like a full throw break, and you can't anticipate. There's no way to react to it. You have to guess. It's a full guessing game. So most people will break 1+2 because they don't want to eat all that damage. So that's when you have free range to not just do 2 or 1. Yeah, because everyone is gonna try and break 1+2.
Yeah.
If not 1+2, they're gonna break 1. So I always go for 2. 2 is always the best case scenario. Okay. Same thing with his standard throw game. 1 again is for the side switch. It'll always switch sides even on break. And then 2 is for the better Oki.
So hold on one second. Let me see something. So if I'm at the wall now, hold on. And then you break. I want you to break the throw. So my back's gonna be against the wall. Okay. Just break it with 1. Oh, hold on. Let's try it one more time. So
do a jab into the throw.
Alright, cool. So it's always gonna change sides. So
it always changes sides.
So just a tip for Ganryu players that are watching is: if your back is against the wall and you're struggling to get out, it's the same way you're struggling to get in. Make sure you go with a throw like that, so they're gonna break. So then it turns them into the corner. Always remember that.
Yes.
All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to just explain that as well.
No, that's very welcome. It's tips like those that help me even love Ganryu. Tips from you, especially.
Yeah.
Any other throw we've missed? Oh yes, his other command throws. These throws. I know you like this one. It's decent. It does a lot of damage. It leaves them in a good position. This is forward 2+3.
Yeah.
And then there's the forward 1+4, which I prefer. It does much less damage, but it leaves you standing. I can continue with my pressure game.
With this throw, yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. This throw, I have never really found any use out. Like no use for this throw. The only reason why I think this throw is good is because it's +5. I think it's +5 or something like that. But if
it's +5.
If that throw was like, say for example, if you was close to the wall, it kind of wall splats or something like that. I think that would be good. Like if he carries it all and just.
That would be a bit much, Jay. That would be a bit too much, don't you think?
Man, you need or make it a 1 break, because it's like 1+2 breaks. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, the breaks is a problem, but this kinds of plus frames on a character like Ganryu, like you don't want to be minus against Ganryu, and every time he has you like right at his feet, it's just hell for you, to be honest. That's why I love this so much. And people always try and press. They always try and do something after the eating bags. So this is pretty much free. They always try and do something.
Yeah. Damn.
That's why I prefer this throw. If I were to use it, like there's very little reason to use these command throws, to be honest. Very easy to break, but if I were to use them, I would prefer the 1+4 version.
That's crazy. I thought you would have went for the 4-4-2+4. I mean 4-4-2+3. I think this one is pretty good because I usually do like 4-2 just to see if they try to do any gap kicks that will cancel it out. So if you try to do like a gap kick, bam, that cancels it out straight away. You know? And there's like other things as well, like I'll do like down 4. Okay, then you got that. Let me see if that works actually. Try again. 4-4-2. Nope. Yeah, same thing. That beats all options on get ups. The only thing is this minus swap. So like people like Bob has 4-2-3 that can punish it, and you got Lily that has 4-2-3. I think Lily's still 4-2-3.
Yeah, 4-2-3 as well. Kane's back 1-2 as well.
Yeah, so I think that those are the only characters I wouldn't really be throwing out forward 4-2 like that sparingly. I'd be quite scared.
Yes, it's a fantastic keep battle. But again, what you've mentioned, if we know your opponent is gonna press things, you'd want them to press things from this position, not from a grounded position. I mean that would just be my thinking. Because once they press something like this, now that you eat full counter hits, you're back into like mega plus. Your full game continues. Once you get the 4-2 after that throw, like you just knock them away and then you have to dash up again. But that's just how I play Ganryu.
Okay, cool.
I really love being here in the face, especially some stuff like this into this move which we needed to talk about. This move is cheap AF. Cheap AF. My goodness. It is 20 frames, but it's super easy to hit confirm.
Now it is. That was a hit confirming tag to you. You had to really let it go.
Yeah, now they've made it like super easy. Like it's a free mid and it's safe. Mental plus frames. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I love it, and it's big damage.
Nice.
But anyway, let me not get carried away again.
All right, cool. So now we spoke about the grabs. The grabs, we went into depth with the grabs. Now we have to speak about how to fight against Ganryu. Now, I've always said that Ganryu is a character that you can kind of keep out, and you can kind of push him away. You never really want to make Ganryu be close to you, but then there might be some other tips that you might have with Ganryu, how to fight against Ganryu. Just don't go too in depth with this one because I'm not really trying to have people watch. Nah, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I'll keep the family secrets within the family.
Yeah.
The basic stuff is that Ganryu, in my opinion, doesn't have a weak side. You're gonna try stepping and he's gonna randomly clip you somehow.
Yeah.
Like these moves are weak to some sides, but don't try stepping. Like it's not worth it. You got.
You there? It sounded like he disappeared. Yo. Oh, he's still there? Yo. Hold on. Yeah, it sounded like he disappeared. I don't know what happened there. We're pretty much at the end of the teach me. So yeah, guys, just hold on. There's a bit of a technical difficulty on his side. I don't know what happened to his mic. I think the internet didn't want him to explain anything about. I don't think the internet wanted him to explain anything about Ganryu. I don't know. In the Discord, we can't hear you. It just went silent. Let me try to end the call and come back in. I'm gonna come back in. Yo. You there? I can hear something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we are. There we go. Discord didn't want you to explain the Ganryu tech, I guess. But we're here now.
Then I shan't.
Yeah.
I shall not.
Alright, let's go.
Where was I? Oh yeah, anti-Ganryu. So yeah, you want to stay at range for him. Then you'll have to get in with this. And he's gonna have to like stay and whiff punish. You just keep out of his range, wait for him to make a big whiff and then launch him for it. That's pretty much how to beat Ganryu. But once it's in your face, to be honest, like it's pure guessing. It's 100% pure guessing. And you don't wanna block low against Ganryu. If you're gonna guess to block low, don't block low parry instead. This is only -12. You're not getting much if you block that.
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of damage if you parry it.
Yeah.
So he's one of those must low parry characters. This move, it's like super long range, super seeable though, but it's a good round ender. Again, low parry it because the way he pulls back, you can't do anything on block.
Yeah.
Which I need to mention, by the way. You see these moves where he extends his right leg then pulls it back.
Yeah.
I want you to try punish that with a while standing 4.
Okay. You want me to
No,
punish?
I want you to block 4-4 and try and punish the while standing 4. See what happens? And I get a free launch. Lots of people don't know that. It's minus 11. Frame data will tell you it's minus 11, or even minus 12. But
Yeah.
most characters can't punish this. You get a free launch stay with.
Oh,
Same
wow.
for this. It creates that space. Even if you block it, it creates that space. You can't do anything. There was one more. Oh, this one was pretty useless. It's unblockable. Does pretty much the same thing, but this is a terrible move.
Yeah. Also as well, there's another one. There's another thing that I think is pretty common that people don't punish. So if you do down forward 1-4 for me, please. Down forward 1-4. So this move is minus 13. So people that are seeing this, yes, it has an extension. Most Ganryu players don't really go for the extension because they are scared of you ducking and launching like this.
I'm an extension Ganryu, and because of what just happened right now, you see this jab? It recovers almost like backlash. It's quite hard to launch punish. I don't think it was always like that, to be honest. I don't know what they did, but it recovers like an electric, basically. It's quite hard to punish. Impossible to launch online. Pretty much impossible unless you know it's coming.
Yeah.
So I love this. It's super delayable. I love doing it.
So people just have to know about that part, because I see people just allowing Ganryus to go like this and keep doing this. This is minus 13.
It's minus 13. You get a big punish.
Yeah, you get
if you space it out well. If you like space it out well, some punishes will whiff, because he does kick you back a bit.
Yeah.
Like, see that whiffed? That will reach, but yeah, some punishes will whiff, jabs will whiff, so you have to be careful about that. I love this string. This is like my Ganryu 101, my Ganryu go-to. I'm just constantly doing this into this. I love these strings.